Did you leave Sounds of Blackness? And if so, why? Like, what was that transition like?
When I came into Sounds of Blackness, when I came to Sounds of Blackness and signed with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, I was not a member.
You were your own artist.
I was working with Sounds of Blackness theatrically.
Okay.
Because when I came to Sounds of Blackness, I came in to do The Night Before Christmas, a musical fantasy. And they didn't even have a project for that. It was musically, but it was a theatrical show that had songs, that sang songs that Gary Hines had written, and but they didn't have an album for it, is what I'm saying. And I came to visit my sister that Thanksgiving weekend, and they were looking for someone to do the mother's role. They previously had 3 people that had done it before, but those people were busy. And when I went to visit Gary Hines, because my sister went to the same church with him, so we knew him. When I went to visit Gary, he said, I want Ann to sing a song for us. And I said, okay, well, you play for me. And he said, yeah. He said, she just came back off Broadway. And at the time, I had just come off Broadway with Donald Lawrence, who we know now to be a gospel legend. And I was returning. I just did off Broadway with Donald Sing Hallelujah. And so I was taking a break. And when I got there, he asked me to sing, and I sang, and he said, and they were like, yeah, she got the part. And I was, to my sister, I said, well, what part? And she said, well, they're looking for somebody to fill this role. So she was happy to bring me to the rehearsal. And so he said, well, the part is available. He said, if you want it. He said, you got 2 weeks. He said, you got 2 weeks to learn it, and then we'll be putting it up for Christmas. I said, okay. And my mother was there visiting. She said, I got the kids. I'll help you with the kids. And my sister said, hey. And my brother-in-law said, yeah, you can wear my clothes. You can wear my jeans and sweat. And I literally did not get back home until after Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday, because Sounds of Blackness rolled over into another theatrical production. They used to do music for Martin, and they offered me another role, and I was not going to turn down the job
or money. Hello.
So I stayed there, and they brought Janet Jackson to the show, because in that community, whatever was going on, everybody was supporting everybody. So just to get her away from the monotony of the studio, they brought her to the show. And when we were doing the show, she just Terry Lewis said she just kept touching them, like, you guys, this is definitely what we need to hear out here. This needs to be out here. It's so educational, and I mean, it's so soulful. So afterwards, we met Janet, and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis said that they were gonna do the label, and they wanted Sounds of Blackness to sign, and the rest was history.
And the rest is history.
So when I came on, I wasn't a member yet.
Yeah.
And we went in, and they were going to use another artist to do a feature with Sounds of Blackness. And I went in and I did a scratch vocal to send off. And when I went in the studio, they said, have you done this before? I said, well, my prior experience was I recorded with the James Cleveland Workshop of America, which I had done even before I met Donald. That's how I met Donald Lawrence. It was such a great forum for singers and writers and musicians to get together. And they said, well, we're gonna use you. And from that point on, I That's how I came about leading the 6 songs on that project. And then when all contracts were getting ready to be signed, they realized that I wasn't a member.
Uh-oh. But you know what? What's interesting is Sounds of Blackness doesn't sound like Sounds of Blackness without you. Isn't that weird?
Well,
have you been told that before?
Well, it's
like I know it.
It's I think it may be the age group of the group now, because if you think about it, members that were in Sounds of Blackness 30 years ago, there's a whole young set right now. So the voices have changed. And
do you ever do any features with them?
I have. I have. In fact, my husband and I, Mr. Tim Lee, we were talking about actually a project we did at Paisley Park that I was a part of when they brought Sounds of Blackness back to do a tribute when Prince passed. We went to the studio and they were honoring Jimmy and Terry there, and we got together, and I was able to work with the group again. And I've done several other things where Jimmy Jam and Terry would bring me in to front the group. But when I left the group, it was because I was signed to a solo deal before Sounds of Blackness. And after they released the Sounds of Blackness projects, they exercised their right
for that
of
single,
refusal
that solo
for me as a solo artist.
Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, and comment. You never know what I might be in the comments. And also, thank you guys for continuing to watch. You've got a new project coming up.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about it. Tell everybody how, what, when, where.
I have a new project called Anniversary. It will be released April 11th. I have 2 singles available right now. Everything is streaming on all platforms, AnnNesby.com. And the other single, one single is My Man, and the other single is Mine Ain't Gotta Worry. And it's available today. It's great music, relationship music. If you love somebody, you'll know how to love on them just a little bit more and make it to that anniversary.
Hey! Well, hallelujah! Hallelujah! We got Ann Nesby!